Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off to give the highest honor, glory, and all praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Ruach HaKodesh, double orders to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, who teach you to do well, and taught me the truth out of the Bible, and amongst other things, peace and salutations to the elect, scattered to all four corners of the earth, my fellow laborers who push this work ever in truth and sincerity all across the globe. Shalom. This is your brother Talmayat Shal HaKodesh from the GMS Holland branch, coming back at you with another lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, and I hope it is edifying and straight to the point. Karn. So you see it over here, Netherlands to activate first phase of an energy crisis plan, AMP reports, and this is from Reuters. So here in the Netherlands, we are already in phase one of the energy crisis plan. So let me read a little bit from this, but I want to go to an article from Alternative News so we can break it down much better, because they're going to go deeper into this. Amsterdam, or that's not important, Slovakia, the Dutch government will activate the first phase of an energy crisis plan on Monday. Dutch news agency ANP reported it on Saturday. Citing government sources, Slovakia. It is the first time the government will have activated the plan, which was designed during the energy crisis triggered by Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. So this plan, this crisis plan, they have this already in the book. So it's just only a question to roll it out in the perfect crisis, because it came out that during the Russia's invasion, that what they had planned didn't come out like that. So yeah, we know what's going on, man. The government was not immediately available for comment. Activation of the first stage means fuel markets are distorted without immediate shortages. At this stage, energy markets will be closely monitored while government and industry prepare for a worse situation. Prime Minister Rob Getter on Friday said that the government should announce measures to compensate people for rising energy costs on Monday. They are expected to include tax breaks for car owners, but not lowering the fuel taxes. And yeah, the Netherlands got one of the highest fuel prices here in Europe. I can show you. So AI overviews it as late April 2026. The highest fuel prices in Europe are consistently found in the Netherlands, Denmark, and Finland. You see, so the Dutch is one of the highest. They are top of the list. So you see it, man. We pay a lot for fuel, man, for the Euro Super 95. So yeah, diesel is much higher in Finland, but overall the Dutch have the highest fuel prices, man. So let me go to alternative news, and I have some scriptures, and then we're gonna close out this. And it ain't gonna be a long lesson. So this is from 9 for News, and this article was from May 4. And it reads, phase one has been activated, and if you think it stops here, you are not looking closely. Yeah, man, it ain't gonna stop, man, because what it is, they're gonna use this whole crisis, to really build in their plans, and get rid of the old, and bring in the new, and the new is gonna be totally control, CBDCs, everything digital, and it's gonna lead to the MOTB, man, because that is basically what is gonna happen. So this is what they are gearing up for, man. You see, so this they're gonna use this, because you gotta have to see it like this. Trump could open the Strait of Hormuz, but he closed it. So what do you think that they want to do, man? They want to crash this whole old system, man, and bring in the new. That is what they're gonna do. And the best thing is to get people, because everybody need energy, to really make people depend on that, because it goes deeper than only, fuel, because food, fertilizer, urea, all these things people need that, and then it's going to lead that people also, food shortages, all these things are also about to come, because a lot of things are shipped. You see, so don't make jokes, and especially fertilizer, and that is already a crisis. So if these things is gonna lack, they're gonna lack, then the hell, all hell is gonna break loose. But let me read this. It has happened for the first time since the existence of the Natural Oil Crisis Plan. The cabinet has actually pulled the plug, or rather, plugged in. Phase one is officially active. Read it again. For the first time in the history of that script. And the way RTL, and that is mainstream Dutch outlets, news media, mainstream media news outlets here in the Netherlands, the mainstream media TV, state, you can say it like state network, so, and the other hangers on served it up to us. Nothing to worry about. A precautionary measure, active monitoring, preparation for possible disruptions. No harm done. Just stay calm, citizens. Turn up the TV when the commercial break comes on, and believe it, we know better. So they're really mocking mainstream media, like they be like, "Hey, it's nothing to see over here. Just close your eyes. This is will solve, and everything gonna be all right." But it ain't gonna be all right. You don't activate the crisis plan that has been waiting in a drawer for 7 years just for fun. So this was already, they already, this was already in the books. You see, this was already made already, so they was waiting for the perfect opportunity to really perform this, to really, for lack of better terms, words, Salakia, to really to put it in, man, to put it to play, I have to say. You see, what phase one says versus what phase one does. On paper, phase one, the so-called warning phase, because that is what this phase one means, is the warning phase, means three things: monitors, communicate, prepare. Sound harmless, and that is exactly why you should pay attention. But read that third point again: preparing measures for this and subsequent phases. This is the whole trick. Phase one is the moment when the legal, logistical, and political foundation is laid for what comes later. The regulations are prepared. The legislative texts are polished. The communication campaigns are recorded. The moment phase two or phase three is announced, they can move on with a single stroke of the pen. No debate, no counter arguments, no time to appeal to nothing. Yeah, because if they bring it like this, then they can overrule really, your so-called basic rights, and how you say, the amendments, all the things that is in, if, according to the code of law, they can overrule it because of crisis. You see, and this is how, yeah, this is how these devils work, man. That is what it is. Phase one is not warning. Salakia, phase one is not a warning to you. Phase one is is loading the weapon, and what is ready in that weapons depot. You will find it in an official documents, in the official documents and the leaked draft measures, not as a threat, but as scenarios and options on the shelf. A maximum of 90 kilometers an hour on all motorways, and then possibly 80 kilometers disguised as sustainable, supposedly temporary. Full fuel rationing, a maximum of 20 liters per refueling on even odd days based on your license plate. Vital sector priority: ambulance, police, defense. The rest join the back of the quave, and delivery services and independent SMEs are out of luck and declared subordinate. Price caps at the pump, which in practice means empty pumps, because there is no longer a market incentive, Salakia. Car free days, not made up explicitly, Salakia, mentioned in the European frameworks on which the Netherlands bases itself. Fuel surcharges on flights. KLM and Transavia have already sent out advance notice of $25 to $50 per one-way trip. And those are just the known written measures. So these things that we are reading are the written known measures. That is what they are showing us. It is never just oil. Read the signals. Oil is merely the excuse. The crisis being created is much broader. The cabinet itself confirms that since the Ukraine war, the gas protection and recovery plan has also been at crisis level 1 continuously for years, and alongside the LCPO and the BHG. And what is the LCPO? Let me look up what is the LCPO, because I don't know what it is. Okay, let me translate it in English if it is possible. Yes, it's the Natural Oil Crisis Plan. That is the LCPO, but it is in Dutch, so that's why they call it like that. The National Oil Crisis Plan. Okay, we get that. So that is what it means. The National Oil Crisis Plan. And the BHG. Can I get this? BHG, and the BHG. They give me broad, it's crazy. BHG, how can I see it? Google search plan. Maybe I can get it like this. Oh, okay, this is what I want. Let me translate it in English. Salakia, we're gonna go to the scriptures, but I want to get this out. The gas protection and recovery plan, that is what it means. The gas protection and recovery plan, BHG, can be used as a guideline during a threat of a significant deterioration of, and this is the side of the government, so this is what it is. You get bros crazy. There is a third document sitting on the shelf that receives far less attention: the National Electricity Crisis Plan, with very concrete scenarios for a large-scale outages. Salakia. If you if euphemism, damn, tongue breaker. Euphemism, that is the word, that in practice amount to rolling blackouts, regional voltage shortages, and the forced disconnection of entire residential areas. What starts with the speed limit may end with household power rationing. That's why you have the smart meters, everything, so they can, from distance, they can check everything out, Smart meters, yeah, there you have it. I didn't read this yet. Make it child's play. Shop requires to close at 5 o'clock. Energy saving, a digital travel pass for those who are still allowed to drive for vital professions. You see, so they're going to make sure that everything is going to be on lock. Mandatory working from home with supervision, because otherwise they cannot enforce it. travel restrictions between regions to relieve the network. So, does that sound familiar? It should. We have seen this script before, yeah, during the C-19, under a different pretext, with different color codes, with the same faces on stage telling you it would only be 2 weeks. Yeah, and that is what they said also, and it was like, hey, this is gonna be okay, but this is what they're gonna do, man. And yeah, I think that this is what they're gonna push it through, man. It's me speaking as a man, but they have to, man, because why, man? We almost at the end with everything, man. So they have to do, because they are really, have a short time, and they have to, they really fulfilling the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. This is the will of the Heavenly Father, man. And, for prophecy's sake, they have to do this, man. You see? And that is what we believe, man, that this is what they're gonna do. And the Lord is put that in their spirit, man. He put it on Nero 47, DJ Trump, to do what he got to do, man. You see, this is all for prophecy's sake, man. So we believe that this is gonna happen, and they did it before, like we are reading here, man. We know, man. Everybody was witnessing that, man. So let me go to the scripture. Salakia, man, that I didn't pull out the scriptures yet, but this is what is gonna go lead into, man. Bear with. This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 6. Let me go straight to the point at verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Yeah, because now like we say, like, hey, now with the Strait of Hormuz closing means, and we still living on really food and everything that is and harvest from last year. So this year that nothing coming in, what is going to happen in 2027? Everything, then the all hell is going to break loose if this is going to continue. You see? Then the food shortages have started to kick in. People are gonna go crazy. You saw it during, the C-19, man. People was fighting for toilet paper and bashing their heads here in the Netherlands. Went crazy everywhere, man. You see? And this scenario is coming closer and closer, and they know what they are doing, because this is the will of the elites to do it. But ultimately, to all the grand scheme of things, it is the Lord's will. You see, he put it on their mind, man, and he put it in their heart to do that. You see? So that is what is going to happen, man. You see, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. Yeah, people ain't gonna be friends anymore, man. People who was good with each other, now they try to steal each other's food, and they're hungry, and they ain't gonna be friends anymore, man. You see? And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. You see, because people are gonna lose their shit. That is what is going to happen, man. You see? And this is you see, this is going to be the end of everything what is going to happen, man. So then we have to stand strong in the Lord. You see? Because the believers, those that are abide in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you see, they will escape the set perils that is about to come, man. You see? That is what it is, man. So let me go over here real quick to Second Ezra chapter 15. Let me go straight to the point, because this is what is going to happen, man. Let me start with 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. You see, woe means limitations. Woe means, it's going to be sad. That terror is going to be hell. You see? For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Yeah, and the modern day sword is the gun, man. So people are going to lose their shit. They're going to fight against each other. Nobody is going to, be friends anymore. Your friendly neighbor is going to turn, to somebody who's going to be covetous. He's going to want to have what you have, because why? Because he's hungry. That is the times that we're entering in, man. You see? And when they're gonna implement all these things, man, when the food shortages start to kick in, people are rationed, people cannot go where they want to go anymore. People gonna lose it, man, and they're gonna go against the government because that is also a real scenario what is gonna happen. And then these AI robots and AI, robot AI robot dogs and all these things are gonna be Black Mirror 2.0. That's why they have these things, man. You see, because they really want that the people, really rebel, so then they can, put that martial law and everything and boots on the ground and everything they can implement, in under the disguise, of peace and safety. You see, for let me read. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard the king or princes, and the course of the action shall stand in their power. Yeah, because they're gonna go against the government, man. You see, and so lucky. Let me get that word sedition. You know, I'll look it up a lot of times, but let me get to the word sedition. Uh, Sedition means in let me see, I want to see it in English. Yeah, rebellion, revolt, insurrection, insurgency, rising, sedition, mutiny, rebellion. Yeah, they're gonna rebel against the government, man. You see, and if you go to that word insurrection, you go to that word. Let me see, revolt, and let me get it over here. um, Insurrection, in the meaning. Yes, you see, insurrection. An insurrection is a violent organized uprising or armed rebellion against an established government, authority, or laws. It is deliberate active revolt intended to overthrow or frustrate civil authority, often characterized by acts of violence. Synonyms include rebellion, revolt, uprising, mutiny. You see? So, and this is also, that's why everybody that is calls for uprising or of mutiny, of, go against the government, gonna, they're gonna come, they're gonna crack down hard upon people who, even order these things. And this is how they're gonna do it. And they're gonna do it by the means of with AI, that is gonna govern everything, know everybody what you're doing, and they're gonna police because they're gonna set up an AI government. That is also that's why they put that AI in place, man. You see, and they have people, the datas, they have everything from everybody, so they can do everything what they want, man. You see, that is what is going on, man. So hey, we living in a time, man, that these that this is gonna be facts, man, real facts, man. You see, so yeah, man, we got to be prepared, man, for these things, man. And this is what we're gonna see, man. You see, this ain't gonna be any more smiling and laughing, man. It is gonna be like that, man. Uh, Let me read further. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, and that is what they are gonna really, they're gonna push it towards that. And what he was reading in these faces, that whole script that they have ready, to put all these faces that, you cannot go anymore where you want, man. They gonna be like, hey, you use too much carbon. They're gonna play it on carbon tax because of the climate, energy tax. They're gonna do a lot of things and then make sure that you are sitting at home. You have to shut the f up, sitting at home, play with your computer, you play some games, and if you use too much energy, they're gonna tell you use too much energy, you shower too long, you do this, you ate too much chicken or too much beef. Today it's just for you this week, this 3 days you have to eat some insects. This is what they want, man. You see? And that is the madness of these devils, man. You see, that's why we gonna need Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Yahweh have to send Yahushai, to get his elect out of here, man. You see? Because this is hell. This is gonna be the digital slavery, man. Because that is what they want to do. They want to enslave the people, man. You see? Digitally now, man. You see, and they gonna be gods and know everything, your whereabouts and what you are doing, and control you, man, and tell you what to do or not to do. You see, on a really draconian and wicked way, man. You see, and for the those that are against them, they're gonna get them out of the way. And then it's going to be a time that it's going to lead that they're going to implement the MOTB, and everybody that oppose their will, they're going to get you out of the way. But it's going to take for so long that they can do it till the Lord has really sift out who they want to sift out, and then the Lord is going to crack down upon them, man. You see, because he will not perform his enterprise, because the scripture said, if the Lord is speeding up the time for the elect sake, because if he don't do that, roughly paraphrase, no flesh is going to be saved, man. You see, a man shall have no pity, Salakia. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. And that is going to be total chaos. It's going to be anarchy, man. It's going to be purge like style, and maybe worse than the movie, man, that you saw, man. It's going to be crazy out here, man. You see? And these proud women, and it is going to be crazy. You see? And people gonna be locked up in their own, that's why they're creating these 50-minute cities and all the talks about it. But that is real, you see. So you ain't gonna go anymore taking my family lives over there in that state of, I'm going to another country, or even in your own in your own region, they're gonna limit you that you can travel, man, to see somebody. They did it also with the C-19. You see, you cannot go to grandma. Grandma was crying, I cannot see my grandma, my grandchildren. You see, grandma dies, you cannot be with your grandma to bury her. This is what these devils are doing, man. You see, so um a man, a man shall have no pity on his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. And that is what is going to happen, man. People, your neighbor, your friendly neighbor, you know, he ain't going to be that friendly anymore, man. That always was saying hi every morning, go to his work, saying hi, always with a smile on his face. He gonna be the one, that is standing with the modern day SWAT with the gun, and he gonna demand food, man. He gonna kick down your door and gonna take it, man. He gonna say like, hey, sorry, man, but I have to feed my children. You see? And if you stand in his way, you can get it. You see? So this is how the times that we are really, because why? A lack of bread, like we was reading, man. These are real scenarios that it can happen very soon. That's why they said this is phase 1. And where we are in phase 3, it's just all is done, man. You see? So because that is gonna be the great tribulation, man. You see? So yeah, man. Hey, this is real, man. So these things that is gonna happen. Hey, we need to keep our eye open, because it can go quickly, man. Don't underestimate this, man. This can go quickly, and we have to report on it, man. And so lucky I'm a little bit tired, so sometimes my words didn't come out like I want to, but hey, these are real life scenarios, man. So yeah, we have to be on the watch for these things, because it can be over very soon, man. And hey, we are another day closer to the salvation and the new kingdom from Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, man. So yeah, man, with that, I want to close out. I want to give the highest honor, glory, and all praise to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rahakwadash. Shalom.